If you are not stretching after exercise, you're putting yourself at a higher risk for injury, delayed onset muscle soreness, pain, stuff that might actually interfere with you being able to do the activities you love in the future. So I'm going to show you a stretching routine today. This one's a little bit longer, so you can use it on its own if you just feel like you need to stretch out, which is a great thing to do anyway, or after working out. If you don't have very much time after working out, I'm going to make another video about a 5-minute stretch, so you could do it pretty quickly and still get the whole body nice and stretched out. If you find that you don't have time after your workout to stretch, shave 5 or 10 minutes off the workout and stretch instead. It will give you much better results, much better benefits, and it will save your body. So we're going to start today seated in a child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch, knees wide apart, and just begin to walk your hands out and get a nice stretch through the lats, the low back. And just settle down here and breathe for a moment, catch your breath. Bring the heart rate down. If you were doing cardio, you can rest your forehead on the ground. One more nice breath over here. And then walking your hands back in. We'll come to all fours, hands and knees. You want your knees under your hips, your hands and wrists right under your shoulders, and we'll do some cat-cows. So on an inhale, drop the belly, look up slightly, arch the spine. And on the exhale, tuck the pelvis around the back and let the head drop. Again, inhale, arching up. Exhale, just moving with your breath here. Wave through the spine. Try to make each individual vertebra move, each joint move independently. And exhaling. Should feel really nice. And then come back to a neutral spine. You're just going to step one foot forward and the other foot just come onto the toes. You're in a nice lunge position. You can come up to your fingertips, that's really nice, and try to feel the stretch in the hip flexors of the leg that's behind you. You'll feel a nice stretch there. You can rock. I like to rock in my lunge pose, back and forth. If this is too much stretch for you, you can always put your knee down and let your foot relax. And wherever you are, place your opposite hand and reach up, giving a nice twist through the spine. And then come on down. And now everyone drops the knee. And if you can and want more of a stretch, go ahead and try to get your foot and just gently, gently pull it in towards your glutes. You'll get a really nice stretch in the quads here. And just breathe into that. If this is a bit much on your knee, you can always put a pad, a folded towel, something like that to cushion under your knee. You can fold up your yoga mat. And then gently, carefully, slowly let the foot down. And we're going to shift our weight back, shift the hips back, and get a nice hamstring stretch. So to deepen the stretch, go ahead and flex your foot up. You want to think about, if you're doing the same side I am, you want to think about drawing your right hip back and your left hip forward. I have my right foot forward, so I want to bring my right hip back and my left forward, and that's to square the hips. And obviously, if you have your left foot forward, then you'd be bringing your left hip back and your right hip forward. Try to keep your back kind of straight here. Don't really round over. I'm up on my fingertips to give me a little more height. And then we can come forward, 2 hands on the ground, step that foot back, and the opposite foot up. And now we're in our high lunge again. So if you want to, ball of the foot on the back foot, or you can put your knee down if that's too much of a stretch. And I'm just rocking back and forth, really feeling the stretch through that hip flexor right there. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Nice, deep, slow breaths, so important with stretching. And then place your opposite hand down and twist it up to the ceiling. Feels so good. Another breath here. And coming on down. And then we can relax the knee down and reach with our opposite hand for the opposite foot and get that nice quad stretch. Only as much as feels good to you. If it's too much, just keep your leg on the floor and breathe into that. Gently, slowly let it down. You always want to go into and come out of stretches nice and slowly. Shifting the hips back. And remember the foot in front, that's the hip you want to pull back. And the back leg, you want to pull that hip forward just to square them off. So they're nice and even. Flex that foot and feel a lovely stretch through the hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles, and breathe. And then you can bend that front leg, and we're going to come down onto our bellies. So coming on down, put your hands down on the floor, a little out in front of you and wide, and just stretch right up into a lovely Cobra pose. If you want more of a stretch, you can put your hands under your shoulders and press up into a Cobra. So just open the chest, hips stay down, and breathe. Feel a lovely opening through the front body. And then gently coming on down, press yourself up. And we're going to come up into a down dog. You can pedal out the dog, bend one knee, bend the other knee, just getting a nice stretch. And then just give it a nice, sort of like a cat stretches in the morning, bringing your chest in between your arms, bringing your heels down to the floor, and just breathe. And then begin to walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Weight is on the feet. And then just hang out. I like to hold opposite elbows here. And you can just sway side to side. Let the spine get some traction. Enjoy that lovely stretch through the legs. And then let the arms down, rolling up one vertebra at a time, stacking them up sequentially. And when you get up, clasp your hands behind your back and stretch your shoulders back, arch your upper back, and just expand through the chest, looking up slightly. And with a flat back, you're going to fold forward, letting your hands drop back and down. And then you can let your arms down, walk out a bit, just so you can come down to your knees and bring your legs forward. because we're going to lie down on our backs. And we're going to do a reclining pigeon pose or figure 4. So you're going to take one foot and put it in front of the other knee, just like you're crossing your legs. And this might be enough of a stretch for you, and that's great, you stay here. If you want more of a stretch, go ahead and lift that foot off the floor and clasp your hands behind that knee, gently pulling it towards your chest. Make sure both feet are flexed, that just protects the knee joints. And just breathe into that lovely stretch. You'll feel it in the hip over here. Think of drawing the right knee away from you. You can even use your elbow to help, just gently, very, very gently. And then you'll cross your legs all the way and just let them fall over to the left. Let your right arm come out in opposition. Keep that right scapula, that right shoulder blade down on the floor. You don't want that to come up. And enjoy this spinal twist. You can glance towards your right arm, just feeling a full twist through the spine. A lovely stretch for the back. Gently, slowly coming on back up. And we'll just reverse. So left foot over right, make a figure 4. If you'd like to stay here, stay here. If you want more of a stretch, bring that foot up. Let's flex those feet, clasp behind the knee, and gently draw it in towards the chest. And breathe. Guide that left knee away as you bring your right knee towards your chest. Feeling a lovely stretch through the left hip. And then crossing all the way over, we're going to let the knees, the feet fall now to the right, and let the left hand out at the side like a T. Turn to look at it for a full spinal twist. And just relax here. Make sure that left shoulder blade, that shoulder is on the floor, not coming up and around with you. And then coming back to center. Bring your knees in and give a little rock back so you can rock up. And we'll just cross our feet in a comfortable position, however you're comfortable seated. We'll do a nice side stretch. So bring one arm out, the opposite goes up and over. Make sure you're not caving in this way. Make sure you're not going too far back like that. It's purely to the side. And just feel a lovely opening through the side body. Deep breath. And then on your next exhale, we're just going to swing it nice and gently all the way around and come up on the other side. Nice long stretch. And just hold that for a few breaths. Make sure both sit bones are staying planted on the ground. And then forward. And now you can sort of just move with your breath. So you'll inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feels so good. One more. Inhale. Beautiful. Come on up. Keep that arm up. Place it on the opposite knee. Place the other arm behind, the hand behind you on the floor. Sit up really tall and give a gentle twist, maybe glancing over your shoulder towards the back. And then coming on back, lift up your opposite arm, go the other way. Opposite knee, hand behind, sitting up tall and twisting. Try to get taller as you twist. And slowly coming on out of it, bring the bottoms of the feet together into a butterfly pose. Hold on to the ankles and sit up nice and straight. You want your back straight here. And if your back is straight and you're working to hold it up straight, just stay right here. If you have the flexibility and can keep your back straight, you can go ahead and start to come forward, getting a deeper stretch in the hips. Walking your hands out. Nice deep breaths here. Slowly coming back in. Cross your legs the opposite way than you had them before, so it's going to be feel a little weird. And just give a nice deep breath, hands up to the sky, stretch it up. And exhale it down. Thank you for stretching with me. I hope this has you feeling amazing. Do it after you exercise or work out or anytime, just to feel open and flexible and fantastic. If you like this, give me a like, please, and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot coming out. Hit the notifications bell so you're the first to know when it does. And comment below. Let me know how this works for you.